I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? It is a great day. I'm so very excited to have my next guest on the show. You know what? He's written a few books, okay, right? But his next book, and I have to read it because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I pulled it up. I love the cover. It's okay, I'm going to try it. Manawadon?
Yes.
He's gonna correct me. Thank you so
No.
much. Thank you so much, Mr. Muldrow, for being on the show.
Muldrow.
Muldrow. See, I knew it. I would get something wrong.
He got the book right, though.
Mr. Muldrow, thank you so much for being on the show. Oh my gosh, that cover, okay, that's one that got me, and the text, the font, all of that. So tell me, how did you start writing?
I was my daughter and I had been estranged for so many years. Her mother and grandparents kept me isolated from her, so I wanted to let her know about me.
Hold on, start over again. Look at the camera.
I'm not looking at you.
Nope, the camera's right above you.
Looking at you. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, I wanted to let my daughter know about me, so I started writing her letters. And the letters turned into about 600 and something pages, and then it went to another book, part 2, and then it went to part 3. And once I finished it, I sent it to her, and then I just was bitten by storytelling from then.
Wow, that is unique.
Yeah, and I said, well, let me give it a try. You know, I was a editor of my high school newspaper in Berkeley, and that just bit me.
Wow, that's unique. Did she read all of those pages?
Yes, she did.
Wow. Did you publish?
No, I didn't publish that because that was a little too private. But
I gotcha.
I've been getting offers.
So that is the first time I've ever heard of anyone writing so many different pages for, someone that they loved. And, when you get into the story of this and why and how and what and where, and it just becomes big. And I understand that. Wow.
Yeah,
so you got bit at that moment, but the actual writing for detail, how did you acquire that?
I wanted to write something that I hadn't seen. I'm a movie buff. I love movies. So what I did is I started writing what I hadn't seen in film or at the theaters. And that's how my writing took off. Yeah, I was writing what was in my heart and exciting to me, and it just grew from there.
Wow. So you are the kind of person that you're like, oh man, they should have put this, they should have put that. And you like, well, I'm going to put this and I'm going to put that.
No, not really. I'm the type of person that I'm going to put this, I'm going to put that. They can do whatever they want to do.
I hear that. But it was what you wanted to see. My goodness, that is so cool though.
Yeah, and it worked.
You filled the gap, basically.
Yes. Yeah, it worked pretty good.
And so your first book, tell me how that went, because after the whole thing of writing this whole elaborate story and a heartfelt story for your daughter and her, and hopefully you guys did reconnect and it was a good thing, right. But now you're writing for, your audience, or an audience that you really wanted to. How did you go about doing that? What was the difference?
Unlock the secrets of a better quality of life with Manifestation Psychic Emporium. Experience a spiritual transformation that resonates with your soul. Offering an array of services from candles, conjure oils to spiritual services such as cleansing, healing, mending broken relationships, and much more. Stephanie has been featured on iHeartRadio, radio talk shows, and podcasts around the world. Stephanie is a certified Reiki practitioner, spiritual healer, paranormal investigator, and intuitive life coach with 20-plus years of experience. With a global clientele, she has mended broken relationships and much more worldwide. Visit mpsychic.com to shape your destiny. Elevate your life today. Call 713-858-5777 for a brighter future and better quality of life. Until November, a portion of the proceeds goes to Operation Underground Railroad to stop child trafficking and to help bring them home. Our impact: 4,000 plus predators arrested, 6,000 plus survivors recovered, 1,000 plus operations supported. Please raise awareness for the cause and go to ourrescue.org.
Well, the difference was I wanted to see what I can do, see if I can tell a story that was entertaining. And I played it safe. I didn't try to write a novel at first. I said, well, let me write some novellas,
Oh, what are those?
Short stories,
I gotcha.
but longer than a short story. They're actually small books, maybe 80, 90 pages. And I put together Evolve, which is an anthology of horror thriller novellas. And it turned into something that was pretty interesting. And I took it from my experiences in a house that I bought for my mother and myself. And the house happened to be haunted. I didn't know it until we moved in and she started having strokes in the house.
Oh, no.
But it was too late then. I had already bought the house. I was wondering why the house was so vacant over all these years. And then I found out that house had been haunted.
Did you sell that house?
Yes, I sold that house. No, actually, what I did is I gave the house back to the woman that sold it to me. I wasn't associated with that house anymore. I moved to LA from Oakland, California. They can keep that house.
Gosh, you were like, oh, no, darling. Here, take this back.
Take this back. But the stories came out to be pretty good. There's two of that are really excellent. One is called Thermal, which is the house is on Thermal Avenue in Oakland. And then there's one called Need. That's about the entertainment industry, because I was in the entertainment industry for quite a few years in my life. And this one is kind of racy, so it's not for kids.
I hear you. Yeah, the entertainment industry is kind of racy.
Yes, it is. It's not for kids.
No, it's not for kids. Definitely not for people who don't understand it. You better get to
Oh,
know it first.
See?
Yeah.
I'm talking to a kindred spirit here.
Oh, hey, ooh, child, ooh. All
Yeah.
right. Anyway, let's go back to the books. So after you wrote that first book, Evolve, and you kind of like understood what was going on, but this was like a true story based on a fiction. Did you kind of mix the two together, or was it all true?
Yes, I did. It was a true story added with fiction. I had to make it entertaining. So, but the house itself was very entertaining. I mean, people were afraid of that house, and I was too. So,
darling, no.
Yeah, no.
I would have gave it back to. I'd have been like, I'm so sorry, darling. Can I have my money back?
Really?
And trying to sell it, you probably would have been stuck for years with that daggone thing, because people knew what it was.
You should have seen the house. Every now and then I'd go back up to Oakland and pass by that house, and it had undergone fires. It had undergone destruction in the front yard. The fence had been torn down. Junkies had moved into the house. They had burnt down the basement. Oh man, the house was in bad shape. So that house was really in a cursed house. I got out. My mother
would have got out too, darling. I know. So okay, so now that you wrote the first book, and did you base anything on that house again afterwards? I mean, it sounds like that house had a lot to offer.
It still has a lot to offer. I just didn't go there again. I wanted to see if I could, after I did the novellas, I wanted to see if I can write a novel. And that took me to the next phase, which right now is Manawdon.
Right. So tell me about that.
Manawdon is a book about an ancient prophecy by the Egyptian queen Hatshepsut. And she was a seer, and she foretold of this Oba male uniting with Ilori female from different tribes. And in their joining, they would do things to bring peace. to the world. But in the process of them going all over the place to meet each other, they had a bunch of curses put on them. One of them was on the Monolodon, which was a slave ship, a haunted slave ship. And they never made it together. And I would tell you how it turned out, but I'm not going to do it.
No, because then you're going to give the book away.
No, but there's so much more happening. That's just a tip of the iceberg. You know, that ship disappeared in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle.
Ooh.
On Halloween's night back in the 1800s. And it reappeared in the 21st century.
What you talking about, Willis?
Halloween's night in San Francisco.
What you talking about, Willis?
That's what it was.
Ooh.
Gay parade in San Francisco. Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm serious. That's how it came back. The brother of the ship that found it was an entrepreneur, and he wanted to turn it into a tourist attraction.
No.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he moved it over to Pier 39 in San Francisco and had it hid and turned it into this tourist attraction. And that night for Queen's Ball, Monolodon had other plans. Wanted the souls of these people that were on board the ship to party. And he got them.
See, this to me, I'm too visual. Like if I read a book, I'm already in it. I'm in the movie. I'm in the movie.
Me too.
I'm already in it. And so like literally speaking, I'm thinking about this thing going, yeah, this is going to be that kind of movie where I'm freaking out and somebody's got to watch it with me so I can grab onto everything. Because that's gonna be me.
That's how I write. That's how I write. When I write to see the movie. And that's what I'm telling my readers. This is what we're doing. And I give them room to add their own creativity to it as well.
Nice. So, okay. So you actually have people who submit different ideas to you?
No.
No? Okay. How does that work?
They're all mine, but I leave room for them to think for themselves. I don't just tell them everything. I tell them enough to get their creativities rolling. And then once they get it rolling, they can say, they try to think of what I'm going to do, but then I do something else. It's fun.
No, I'm already in it. It kind of reminds me like Egypt versus like this ship and then the big waves and then like it gets like Bermuda Triangle and then all of a sudden then I can see like California modern day, the ship rolling in with cobwebs and stuff.
Pretty much, it kind of touches on that.
Oh my gosh.
But it's
that's crazy.
A nice little cruise like type of ship, a party ship.
What kind of party ship? This reminds me of like a pirate ship.
It is. It's a slave ship. It's a slave ship. So it is a pirate ship.
See, you got me. You got me. I don't even have the book in my hand and I'm already in it. I'm already in it. How do you do that? How do you write with that kind of a vision? And then you can kind of imply the vision to your reader. And I'm not even reading the book and I already have the vision. How did you learn how to do that?
I don't know. It's something that just came out of me. And the same thing when I was writing the letter to my daughter, it was visual too, about my life. And once I did that, I said, oh, wow, I can do this. And my other novels came out of that.
Wow.
They're like that too.
That is amazing. That you can imply the vision, that you can translate that vision, that to the point where people can actually see what you're talking about in their own mind. To me, that's the gift. That's a gift.
I think it is. I think I'm blessed like that.
Definitely blessed like that. Definitely. Wow. Oh, goodness gracious. You got me. So what's next? What's the next book? What's next?
The one that's getting a lot of raves right now is a book called Cover Up. Now, Cover Up is the more futuristic sci-fi book. And it's about this athlete who became the world's fastest man in the year 2120. And once he had won all the Olympics, him and his parents were taking a flight back to the States from Hawaii, and the plane crashed. And he became a paraplegic, and it killed his parents. So he had to find out how to walk all over again. And the reason that I came up with that is because I've had to go through a lot of surgeries myself on my shoulders, my legs, my feet. You know, I'm still recovering right now from some foot surgery that I've just recently gone through a couple of weeks ago. And this guy had to change his whole life. And he ran into this therapist that was really a gift to him. And he brought him back around, saved him.
Wow.
And then he found out something about his parents and what they had in store for him, because they were genius. They were Nobel Prize winning doctors. And once he found out what it was, it changed his life and changed the life of humanity as well. I write things that are about positive things, you know. Like,
yeah.
I want to see things develop into not like, well, anyway, not negative.
I hear you. No, I mean, we got to be positive. And also, you know, bringing back that whole thing of sitting down with, you know, a biscuit or with a muffin and a cup of tea or some coffee in a window. I always love to do that. I always love to just sit in the window and read a book. It's just beautiful to me. Just the tranquility, the whole thing in your mind is going. It's just beautiful. I mean, if you had to tell people, like people out there that wanted to write a book and they wanted to write it in kind of like the style that you're doing it, what would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give them?
Right from your heart. You know, right from your heart, put it together, do your research, and then present it to the right people.
How important how important is research, and what kind of research do you do when you are writing a fiction book?
I go to whatever territory I'm trying to write about, and I do research on what has happened in that territory or that country or the people in that country. And then I associate it with what I'm trying to get across to my readers. And if I'm successful at doing that, they add what they would see into it too. And we work together as a team, even though we don't know each other.
Definitely. Wow. Wow. Is there anything we missed today that you would like to tell the listeners?
I have 19 outlines of books that are waiting to come out.
Ooh.
So we have a lot more to have fun with.
Definitely. Definitely. So where can people find your book? Where can they get that? Where can they check it out?
Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.com, mostly any brick and mortar store. So, and they're really picking up energy right now, I should say. They're getting action. And it took long enough, but they're getting there.
Yeah, it does take a minute.
Yes, it does.
Like yeah, I mean, you got to get, you know, you got to get it out to that one person, that one, you know, and then the two people. And it takes time. And I think people get discouraged along the way and they stop.
They do.
But if you can keep it going, it usually takes about 6 months to a year for it to even start getting that traction.
That's right.
Yeah. So be patient.
I will.
Yes, definitely. Please be patient. You have what it takes, definitely. And I'm hoping that you'll get a movie deal for this latest book with the ship and all that, because that's that, yeah. And then the Evolve one, oh no, that right there, that got me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I think I'll wait for it to come out on cable so I can watch it and squeeze my pillowcase.
Netflix.
Definitely, definitely. It is not impossible at all. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Yaya.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to have all of his information on the bottom and the side, the top, wherever you're watching today. And please don't forget to go ahead and check that book out for yourself. As a matter of fact, he has more than just one. We're going to put down there so you can kind of be, in the loop for all the books. And he's got like 19 more coming up. So, you won't be out of books anytime soon.
You have to look for my first name.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Laertes.
Laertes. Okay.
He's a
And
father,
I'll put that.
a son, a brother, and a king.
Awesome. Wow.
From
I'm
birth.
gonna put that in the description box. Definitely.
Do that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I found it and they can too.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
I did to be different.